And when we talk about the home buying process, we recommend that we start shopping for insurance carriers a little bit sooner rather than later,
Yes.
but sometimes it can be a little bit of a scramble.
Yeah.
So, can you talk about what clients could expect with onboarding with you and, kind of like what that shopping process looks like?
Absolutely. So I've been doing this almost 20 years, and that we'll call onboarding process has changed a lot in those 20 years.
I
Partly,
can only imagine.
yeah, partly due to technology for sure, but also some of the questions that are needed and asked during the onboarding process. My associate Ashley and I have some really great tools to make it very simple and easy for first-time home buyers as well as people that have owned their home for 10, 15, 20 years. We have a couple links that people can use to upload their documents in a matter of just seconds, so you don't have to scramble and try to look for everything. If that doesn't work, you can send PDFs. If that doesn't work, we have a list of questions that we can send to you. But we try to make it really easy to communicate either over the phone, by email, whatever works best for the individual. And then we also have a link to our calendar so people can schedule time with us if they have questions. So we try to make it really user friendly. We try to take as much of the burden off of the client as possible so that we're able to fact find, do all of the shopping with all of the different carriers that we have, and then come back and present, here's your, 2 or 3 best options that we have available, and then discuss those to make sure you're making an informed decision and getting the right policy.
Really, that education behind the experience, I think, is what really makes the difference.
And removing a lot of noise, because if you go online and try to shop your insurance yourself, there's a lot of noise, and there's a lot of solicitation that happens after that, a lot of emails and phone calls and all that. And there's a lot of different carriers where you might not know the ins and outs. You might not know if they have actual cash value immediately, regardless of the age of the roof, or if it kicks in at year 11 or 15. There's a lot of things that you just don't know, even deductibles. You might have a $2,500 deductible that you chose on your policy, but they might have hidden language showing that it's a 1% deductible from an inhale, or that they limit how much coverage you have for loss assessment if you're buying a condo. A lot of noise to scrape through. That's why an agent is helpful.
Yes, I definitely think having that person is a huge benefit, especially in everything with today's market.
Yeah.